Before we get into the video, I just want to say this is not going to be a Webflow or Framer or Figma is dead video. It's also not going to be how to one-shot a gazillion-dollar website using a random prompt. There's so much hype and bullshit on YouTube and Twitter right now. It's overwhelming and quite depressing, to be honest. So this video is going to be different. It's going to be covering a new workflow that's not necessarily meant to replace what you're doing right now, but it can open up a lot of new possibilities for you. And most importantly, in a world where AI is progressing very, very fast, I don't think the right approach is to either go all in on AI and drop what's working today, but also we cannot ignore this new shift. So we need to have this new workflow in our tool belt so we can use it if and when we need to, and we can explain the pros and cons of this process to clients when they ask about it, which I'm sure they will because they are seeing the same videos as you. So let me get started by covering what this process is and the tool stack, and then we can discuss when it's a good idea to use this approach or not. First, we need a design, and our design is in Figma. Now, I know AI influencers want you to believe that you can design with AI and there's Google Stitch and you can even use Claude Code to design in Figma using the Figma MCP. But regardless, in the end, you'll need to have a Figma design because A, you might want to compare a few different visual designs side by side with different colors or different images. And B, you will want the ability to tweak the design and make the final touches. And Figma just gives you the best approach on how to do that. So here we are at step number one with a Figma design that we want to develop. Now, the current process usually involves either going to Webflow or Framer or, God forbid, WordPress and rebuilding this design from scratch, trying to match to the Figma design as much as possible and make it responsive and add things like interaction. And this takes time, a lot of time, which is quite frustrating. Now, on top of that, when we build with Webflow or Framer, that means we have to host with them. We need to use their CMS, their code base. And if you want to extend the capabilities beyond and add some kind of an app functionality, maybe we need to host with their cloud solution. Anyway, that can be great sometimes, but not for everyone. And so a lot of people want to host and manage websites wherever they want, which can often lead to significantly cheaper or faster and give them full ownership of the website. And so this is where this new process comes into play. Now, the new process looks like this. Step number one is to develop locally on your machine. Step number two is to set up a CMS so that your website can be easily managed. Step three, to upload this to the cloud so that you can create backups. You can always return to a specific version. And step number four, launch publicly on your own domain for free. All right. Let's break this down. So first, to develop and test websites locally, we need to set up what's called an environment. And this basically means that you'll be able to run JavaScript on your computer as if you were a server. So we can test our website. Now we do that by installing a tool that's called Node.js, which is free. Now, next, we choose our development agents. The most popular and the one I use is Claude Code, but you can also use Codex from OpenAI or Gemini from Google. They're basically the same and they usually cost money. So you'll need at least a $20 a month subscription to one of these AI providers, and you're most likely already paying one of them. And if not, it's probably a good time to start doing this because it is a productivity multiplier. Okay, so now it's time to develop. Now, you can use Claude Code. You can do it either in the Claude app or from the terminal. And what you want to do is connect it to Figma, which you can do using the Figma MCP, and tell it to build our design, which is going to happen very fast. It can take about 30 minutes to build something that would actually take me a full day or two to develop myself using Webflow or Framer. And once that is done, the code to this website is on our hard drive. Now we can test it, we can iterate on it until we're happy. The next step is we want to set up a CMS because nobody wants to have to touch the code with AI or without AI whenever they want to publish a new blog post or a project. So we want to make sure that updating content on our website is easy. And we're going to use a CMS that's called Sanity, which is not only easy to set up and very powerful, but their free tier is actually very generous, which means that in a lot of cases, you won't have to pay for it. Now, after we have our website developed with a CMS for easy content editing, the next step is to upload it to GitHub. Now, GitHub is basically a version control where you can store all the backups of your website as you work, and you can always revert back to an earlier stage of your design. or build. Now, this is much more powerful than what we currently have with something like Webflow, where we can roll back to an earlier version of the website. But if we just want to revert a single page or a specific change, we can't do that. Now, GitHub is basically how professional developers work and collaborate on big, complex projects. So it allows for much more flexibility. Now, the last step is to deploy the website, which basically means publishing it to our domain. And we're going to do that with a tool called Vercel. Now, that's basically hosting. And guess what? You're more than likely going to be able to do that for free as well, which is great. So now you have a fully developed and published website, and iterating on it and making changes is going to be as easy as writing a prompt. So if you want to add a new landing page for a new product, that's going to be super easy because Claude is smart enough to know your current design system and build a new page in line with the rest of the website, which means that you can move much, much faster. And since we're not limited by the capability of any specific website builder, we can even add advanced functionality like calculators or quiz logic or mini apps and everything that we can think about into this website. So is this new workflow is going to be a good fit for every single client? Probably not. Some clients still want a single solution for hosting and managing their website, and Webflow and Framer are still amazing. But for some clients who want more control and more freedom and to move faster, this new workflow might be a better fit. Plus, with the rapid progress of AI development, I suspect that as time goes by, more and more clients will want something like this. So if you're like me, this actually might sound a little bit overwhelming. So many new tools, so many different steps. And even for somebody who's not technical like me, this can feel a little bit scary. Now, I'll be honest, up until a few months ago, I had no clue how to use GitHub, and it sounded like some complex developer thing that has nothing to do with my design work. But once I learned this process, actually two things happened. Number one, it opened my eye that this approach can actually be more efficient and actually better for some clients. And number two, now that I have a stronger understanding of how websites and apps are actually built and deployed, I'm no longer scared of these tools and AI. I can actually harness them to do what I want. And I want to help you feel the same. So I brought my friend Julian, who taught me this process, and you might have seen Julian on our channel or you know him from the no-code community. And we're hosting a 4-day AI web design sprint where we're going to have you build a full website using AI and this process while we're guiding you and supporting you in every step of the way so that you're not overwhelmed and there's no hype. You just actually learn by building a real website and investing 1 to 3 hours a day in learning this process. So just 4 days. It's going to be a live sprint later this month. And this is the first and possibly last time that we're ever going to do anything like this. So check the details below this video and don't miss this out. And remember, this is not about replacing how you work right now, but rather adding a new valuable workflow that's gaining traction so that you're not left behind and you can really see what AI can do for you today rather than be confused by all of the noise that there's out there. And lastly, I just think it's going to be super fun. So I hope to see you there with us. See you in the next video.